A grotesque scene in Kuwait. More than 24 killed by a suicide bomber at the Al-Sadiq Mosque, many of them Shia worshippers at Friday prayers. ISIS claims responsibility, and with that, an old U.S. enemy threatens a new one. Muktada al-Sadr, the radical Iraqi Shiite cleric, outraged at the destruction he saw at the mosque, issues a personal message to ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Quote, "O terrorist Abu Bakr, either you reform yourself or we will reform you, along with your followers, by sword."
It's a very significant declaration, and it plays right into ISIS's plan.
Analysts say ISIS has been trying to bait Shia militias in Iraq, like Sadr's Mahdi army, to attack Sunnis, some of whom side with ISIS, so that ISIS can recruit more Sunnis. The willingness of Muktada al-Sadr to jump into the fight reminds Lieutenant Colonel Douglas Ollivant, a former combat officer, of the days in the mid-2000s when al-Sadr and his militias were public enemy number one for American forces.
The Sadrists, famously initiated a battle with soldiers from my old unit, the 1st Cavalry Division, in Baghdad in early 2004 in Sadr City. And this began a cycle of violence with the Sadrists in Baghdad, in Najaf, and again, eventually in Basra. And there was a good 4-year period from early 2004 to early 2008 where fighting against the Sadrists, the Jaish al-Mahdi, was a daily activity for the U.S. Army.
An activity which inflicted significant American casualties. Ollivant says al-Sadr's fighters were tough enemies in urban warfare, effective with bombings, sniper attacks. Al-Sadr was formidable enough to have a U.S. bounty on his head, and his forces are believed to already be battling ISIS in parts of northern Iraq. But can his militias realistically target the secretive, security-obsessed Baghdadi?
It would be very difficult for Muqtada al-Sadr and his militia supporters to reach Baghdadi inside Syria. Also very difficult for them to reach him in the Sunni areas of Iraq. Wherever he is, he's going to be keeping his location incredibly secret. It'll only be known to a very few number of ISIS operatives. He's going to be limiting or eliminating his electronic footprint, not using a cell phone.